Welcome to yoga. My name is Laura with TC Fit. Thanks for joining me for today's class. All you'll need for today is some flat floor space, a yoga mat or a bath towel, and some moments to yourself, hopefully. Today we're going to begin standing. So take a place on your mat where you can either see or hear, and you're welcome to close your eyes for these first few moments of class. We'll stand with our feet slightly wider than hips, noticing how our feet are anchoring us to the ground. Let's take our arms and stretch them up and overhead. And draw our palms together at heart center. Fingers spread wide, pressing against one another. Shoulders drawn back and down the spine. Notice your toes. Allow them to spread, creating a stable connection with the ground. Active arches and heels anchoring us into our mat. Bring your breath in through your nose and allow your shoulders to settle out of your ears as you exhale. Continue this breath pattern, inhaling through your nose, drawing your breath down deep into your abdomen, down by your hip bones, and letting your breath rise up and into your lungs, filling the base of your lungs first, and then up to your collarbones. And as we exhale, we allow our breath to escape in the opposite pattern of the way we bring it in. So exhaling down through your collarbones, through the middle of your ribs, the lowest portion of your lungs, and then out through your belly. Sort of like an accordion, filling from the bottom to the top. And finding rhythm to our breath. I challenge you to let go of whatever you were working on before this and set aside whatever's coming up. Allow yourself to live and move and breathe in this present moment. From here, let's allow our hands to split apart, bringing them down by our sides. Inhaling, let your breath rise, fingers float up. Exhale, press your arms down and out. Inhale, scooping your arms high. Exhale, press your palms away from you and lower your arms. Let's do this 3 more times. Last time, inhale, sweeping up, filling ourselves with air, and exhale, softening down. From here, let's clasp our fingers together right in front of us. And inhale, let your fingers rise towards your collarbones, and exhale, press your hands back down towards the earth. Inhale, scoop and lift. Exhale, press down. Inhale, bring your breath up, following your hands. Exhale, press down and away. 2 more breaths just like this. Inhale, scoop and lift. Exhale, press down. Last time, inhale, scoop and lift. Exhale, press down. This time, inhale, scoop up towards your chin, and exhale, press your breath out and away as you move your hands away from your collarbones. Inhale, bring your fingers towards you. Exhale, press away. Two more times. Good. This time, inhale, scoop towards you. Exhale, press down. Inhale, sweep your arms out. Exhale, press your hands down. Inhale, bring your breath up towards your collarbones. Exhale, press away. We've combined our 3 arm movements. Inhale, scoop your breath towards you. Exhale, press down and away. Inhale, scoop and reach tall. Exhale, press away. 3 more times, breathing in to lift. Exhale, press out and away. Inhale, scoop your breath towards you. Exhale, press your arms down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, reach away. Inhale, fingers draw up. Exhale, breathe out and press away. Inhale, scoop. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, fingers towards your chin. Exhale, palms away. Last time through this pattern, breathing. Inhale, scoop your breath towards your chin. Exhale, press down and away. Inhale, lift. Exhale, let your arms fall. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale, press away. Inhale, bring your hands back to your chest and allow them to find your sides. From here, we'll bring our arms back up one more time. This time, clasping our hands and creating standing side bends. Reaching out and away, up and over. Inhale, reaching tall. And exhale, stretch to the opposite side. Using my opposite hand to draw the other arm up and over. You move at your own pace with these. If you want to stay put for a little while on each side, you're welcome to do so. We'll take 2 more passes to both right and left. As we create this standing side bend, we're sort of trying to catch some length along the side body, the lateral portion of our bodies. It's not a pattern that we as adults move in very often, especially if you're stuck working from home, seated in front of a screen. So it's always beautiful to move the body in a way that's different from the other parts of your day. From here, let's draw our hands to heart center and sink our hips back and into chair pose. So in chair pose, we imagine sinking our hips backwards like you're trying to aim for a chair that's too short. It's back there somewhere, but it's really, really low to the ground. And as we hold our chair pose, we focus on how our spine feels. The length that we create from the crown of our head out through our sit bones, that long, nice line that we want to maintain. Our feet are still anchoring us into the earth, toes spread wide, weight distributed throughout the front and back portions of our feet, our heels glued into the ground. Inhale, let's stretch tall and allow ourselves to hinge forward, swan dive, creating a lot of length through the backs of the legs, finding forward fold. In forward fold, you're welcome to add a knee bend. Do what feels right for your body today. Allow your head to hang heavy. If you'd like, you can use this time to take your hands up to opposite elbows, sort of using the weight of your head and shoulders to loosen some tension through your upper back and neck. From our forward fold, if you've got your hands on opposite elbows, go ahead and release them. And from here, let's lengthen through the knees and slide the hands up the shins, creating monkey pose. And you don't have to straighten your knees, but add some length. And again, looking to find that really flat, long position from our crown of our head out through the bottoms of our sit bones. A long, neutral spine, or straight spine. From our monkey pose, let's fold forward again. And this time, setting ourselves up to plant our hands and step our feet backwards into downward facing dog. So send the hips up high, our heels are settled low, and you're welcome to take some time to sort of wiggle your way into this shape. It's a pose that requires lots of length through the back of the legs, calf muscles, hamstrings. It also requires a lot of strength through our shoulders. Opening our armpits, creating that long line from the heels of our hands up to our hips. Noticing our shoulders, making sure our ears are away from our shoulders, creating as much space between our earlobe and our shoulder as we're able to maintain. And from our downward facing dog, we move into our half series. So drawing the shoulders forward, out over the hands, into plank. In our plank pose, We've got strong, stable shoulders, fingers are spread wide. You're also welcome to take the knees on the mat option. It shortens the lever so there's less work to maintain to be able to keep our spine nice and straight. From here, we lower to crocodile, that low hovering position right above our mat, and then into cobra. This first time through, creating a little arch to our spine and bringing our gaze forward. In cobra, we could lift our hands off the mat if we had to. Just that extending of the spine, using all the muscles along the middle portion of our back. From our cobra pose, let's bring the hips back, knees wide, big toes towards one another, and spend a few moments breathing in child's pose. As we land in child's pose, our arms can be extended. You can also take your arms back into the sides. And bringing our focus back to our breath. We really should never lose the focus of our breath, but our breath is what helps connect the mind and the movement of our body during our yoga practice. It's the bridge between those two sides. From our child's pose, we lift our shoulders up towards our hands and step our left foot forward. So low lunge, back knee is elevated, or back knee is on the mat, excuse me. Spending a few moments here, allowing the hips to open, so dropping towards our mat. And from our low lunge, if you'd like to take the option to increase this challenge, dropping the forearms to the mat and lifting the back knee, you can also stay in the pose where we were. Allowing the back knee to find the mat if you've lifted it, and then send the hips backwards, bringing length to our front leg. From here, stepping our left leg back, heading back up into downward facing dog. And we'll warm up for our warrior sequence that is coming up after this. Stepping our right foot forward, allowing the back knee to find the mat. Letting the hips drop. You can stay here and continue to open up and stretch through the hips, or deepen this by dropping the forearms to the mat and lifting the back knee. From here, we bring it back up and lengthen through the front leg, getting lots and lots of length along the back side of our right leg. From here, step the right leg back, find all fours. Hands beneath our shoulders, knees beneath our hips. Allow ourselves some movement in cat and cow. Inhaling into cow, let's sway back or arch position, and exhaling into cat. Noticing the movement along each segment of our spine. 7 vertebrae in our neck, 12 vertebrae in the middle portion of our back, and 5 at the very base of lumbar and low back. Our aim with cat and cow is to bring length, movement to every single one of those joints. Bring one more pass between both cat and cow. From here we turn our toes under and lift the hips back and up into downward facing dog. From our downward facing dog, if you'd like to take the option to make a 3-legged dog, you can stretch the left leg high. We'll begin with our left side today. You can also add a bend to the knee, really create lots of length in places that we don't stretch very often. And from here, draw the knee towards your nose, planting your foot up by your hands. Crescent lunge to begin our standing sequence here. Back heel staying elevated, back leg really straight and strong. Really lengthening through the right hip flexor, the space across the front of the hip crease. Crescent meaning we're trying to create that crescent shape from our fingers, arching through our spine. And from here we settle into warrior two, back heel spinning to find the mat. Arms parallel with the ground, our warrior two pose. We aim to keep our rib cage sort of stacked above our hips. We want to avoid shifting our rib cage very forward. So sort of thinking of our trunk as like a container of oatmeal. The lid is right over the base. Very cylindrical. From our warrior two pose today, we create extended side angle. Front elbow can land on the front leg. And from here we reach that opposite arm, our right arm, out overhead. That left arm or base arm can rest on the front thigh, or you can reach it down towards the ground through the yoga block. That would be a great addition. Hold, balance, building warmth and strength. From our extended side angle, we move into triangle pose. So triangle, bringing length to the front leg, sending our fingertips straight up. This time our front hand landing on the inside of the shin. If you've got enough length to reach down towards your mat, you're welcome to take that as well. Your vision, you've got options. You can look down towards your front foot, or you can look up towards your top hand. The direction that your eyes go is very tied to balance. So if you want a little bit more of a balance challenge, I challenge you to look up towards your top hand. Let's hold for 3 breaths. From our triangle pose, we windmill our arms back to the mat, stepping our left foot back to meet our right. Slow, controlled lower, cobra or upward facing dog this time. Last time we did cobra, you're welcome to take upward facing dog as well. And then back into down dog. If you'd like to take the option of that 3-legged dog, you're welcome to do so. Drawing the right leg up towards the sky. If that's not your jam, you're welcome to stay in downward facing dog. We begin the right side of warrior sequence by drawing our right knee towards our thumbs and creating crescent lunge. Back heel staying elevated, unrelated the back foot. Gaze is up and back. Back leg is straight and as strong as you can hold. From our crescent lunge, we settle into warrior two. Arms parallel with our mat. Vision out over our middle front finger. From warrior two, we bring our front arm towards our front thigh, back arm reaching out overhead. Extended side angle. From extended side angle, we bring length to our front leg and settle into triangle pose. Your choice in where your vision is, down towards your front foot or up towards your top hand. Lots of straight length, strong balancing hold. Through our front leg, back leg nice and straight as well. Very steady and stable trunk. From our triangle pose, we windmill our arms back to the mat and step back and into downward facing dog. Today we're going to flow through those poses, moving about one breath to each pose. You can work at your own speed, but we'll take 3 passes through each side and use the half series, that's our high to low plank, cobra or upward facing dog, between each right and left side. We begin with our left side. If you'd like to take that 3-legged dog, you're welcome to do so. We step forward into crescent lunge. Holding for just a moment, just long enough to visit and feel the shape. Warrior 2. Extended side angle. And triangle. Cartwheel the arms, half series, high to low plank, cobra or upward facing dog, and down dog. Right side is lead, crescent lunge. Warrior 2. Extended side angle and triangle. Half series, high to low plank, cobra or up dog, and down dog. That's 1 time through on each side. Left side. Crescent lunge, back heel staying elevated. Warrior 2. Extended side angle. And triangle pose. Cartwheel the arms. High to low plank, our half series. Right side. Crescent lunge. Warrior 2. Extended side angle. Triangle pose. Cartwheel the arms 1 more time through with each right and left side as lead. That 3-legged dog, option to reach the leg tall before you step. Crescent lunge. Warrior 2. Extended side angle. Triangle pose. Final round with right side as lead. Windmill your hands back to the mat and step your front foot back and into downward facing dog. My hope is that this down dog feels a little bit different than the very first one of the day. From our downward facing dog, let's drop the knees wide, big toes towards one another, and settle into child's pose. Allow yourself 5 really big breaths. Reaching your breath into corners of your lungs, your rib cage, your belly, that you haven't noticed in other parts of your day. Bring awareness to the ordinary movements of human life. From our child's pose, we'll lift our chest and slide one knee forward. Sweep it back leg around. And we move on to boat pose. In boat pose, we get a hold of the backs of the legs and tip just slightly back, making sure we keep our spine super tall. We want to avoid collapsing. We begin by bringing one shin parallel to the sky, followed by the second shin. Hold and balance. You've got options here. You can continue to hang on to your legs. You can let go and balance. If you want to extend the legs up, we hold for 3 breaths. Pick your option. From here, grab behind your knees. Use that controlled hold to lower yourself down towards your mat. Ending up with knees hugged in towards your chest, and give yourself a rock from side to side. Let's keep our knees up and in towards our chest, but spread your arms out wide like you're making a snow angel. And from here, allow your knees to drop off towards the right side. Only move as far as is comfortable for your spine. We've gotten the body nice and warm by moving through all those poses, so giving the body some of that warmth before asking it to make a big stretch or rotation like this is a good thing for our spine and our discs. Let's draw the knees back to center and allow them to float off to the opposite side. Draw the knees back up to center. And again, grab behind your knees. If you'd like to take your hands down, walk your fingers towards the inside edges of your feet, the arches, getting hold of your big toes, you're welcome to do so. We spend a few moments in Happy Baby. This is probably the most aptly named yoga pose because it is exactly how little tiny people figure out that they own their own feet. Let me tell you, I have a 3-month-old and she loves to hang on to her feet just like this. Although I'm not going to put my toes in my mouth like she does. Happy Baby is a great hip opener. It brings so much length to the inside edges of our legs, through our hips, our groin. Just lots of places that just don't see a lot of length as desk-bound adults. From Happy Baby, we bring our feet back towards one another, sliding the hands up our shins, getting a hold of the front of our knees. Let's draw our forehead towards our knees, making ourselves as small and as compact as we are able. Before releasing the legs and arms to our sides, finding Final Shavasana. Final Shavasana translating as corpse pose from Sanskrit. It's the death of your yoga practice. I kind of like to think of it as the dessert to the yoga meal. It's your time to enjoy how your body feels, the quietness that you've created inside your mind. I challenge you to bring your focus to your breath and allow it to remain there. Be right here. You've carved out this valuable time in your day to practice yoga. Allow the benefits of the moving, the breathing, lengthening and strengthening that we did to settle in, to appreciate it. You are worth the time that you spent doing this. I'm so thankful that you were able to join me today. welcome to stay for as long as your schedule permits or as you'd like. As we bring movement back to our bodies, we begin by adding a bend to our knees and rolling to our right side. From our right side, let's press ourselves up and into a seated shape. Bringing the hands at heart center. I hope you feel more pliable now than earlier. I appreciate the time you took to practice with me today. Go forth and let the benefits of this class seep into the rest of your day. At the end of each practice together, we say a word that means the teacher in me acknowledges the teacher in you. Namaste.